Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her Stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's Stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's Stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 44. It is Wednesday, March the 6th, 2024. We are already into the third month of 2024, which is just mind-blowing. Anyway, I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. As I do at the beginning of every video, I want to thank my husband with love and kisses for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard. If you are new to my channel, I hope you'll like what you see and subscribe, like, ring the bell, share, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. For my returning viewers, I always think about all of you so much on the mornings before I record a video. I just sort of feel like you're this warm blanket that I can put around me and just be warm and feel grateful and fortunate that that I get to have all of you in my life. I continue to love our conversations through the comments, and I hope you never stop commenting. So welcome, and let's see what we've got today. I have had a scattered 2 weeks. So this video isn't promising to be all the things that I wanted it to be. I still have plenty of whips, but I didn't get some of the things done that I wanted to get done. So we'll jump right in. The first thing that I do want to mention in the ongoing saga of people hacking accounts, especially on Instagram, I just recently had something that had never happened before, and that is that I had friended someone or followed someone, and very shortly after that, they actually called me on Instagram. Now, of course, I didn't answer it, but I just want to throw that out to all of you that that may be a new way that they are trying to get information or phone numbers, things that would allow them to get in your account. So unless you positively know who is calling you from Instagram, I just highly recommend not picking up the phone on those. So that was new, and I just wanted to keep you all aware and just, you know, stay ever vigilant against these people that seem to have nothing to do but cause us misery. So I did want to mention a couple of things. I had one of the reasons that a couple of the reasons that that this video, you know, just didn't crack up like I wanted was, and there's nothing wrong with that. I had the second wave of grandchildren boyfriend. So Bailey was here right after Molly, and I don't know how Bailey and I managed not to get a photo together, but we missed out on that. But it was just delightful having her here. She and Cody prepared a meal for us. We just get spoiled rotten by these kids, and I just love having them here, and the relationship that we are developing as they become young adults. The second thing is that we had another pet sit that went from the 29th of February through the 5th of March. So I just got home yesterday, and so there were several days where I certainly had my stitching with me, but I didn't have the sewing machines and the doodads that I might have liked to have had to get some finishing done. I'm going to insert a picture of Riley here. As always, after the the first couple of days after we come back, we miss the dogs, the dog in this case, so much. He was so sweet and so loving and just was really always with me while I was stitching. We walked him several times a day, and it was a delightful stay. Maybe the last one for a while because, as you know, probably sometime after April, we may start looking at dogs ourselves. So let's go on with the show, as they say. I did want to mention that we had a For the Love of Stitches meetup in Sacramento, and that was on the 24th of February. And those refill my soul and just make me so happy to be able to sit and be with other stitchers and see what they're stitching on. So, as you know, that is a meeting that was put together by Northern California Stitchers by Chris Rogers, and we try to meet, or we do meet once a month. Angi, the Tiny House Stitcher, Katherine, Stitching in Costume, Michelle of Sacramento County, California, and all the other lovely, lovely women, and you know who you are. We had a delightful time. So again, that is a high point once monthly to be with other stitchers. Secondly, is this Saturday will be a Zoom call with Across the Pond Stitch and Chat, and that is a Zoom meeting that is set up by Angi, the Tiny House Stitcher, and Marie of Stitches and Diamonds. And they have a Facebook group that is called Across the Pond Stitch and Chat. And if you join that and go to the post, you will see an announcement when the Zoom calls are the second Saturday of each month. And it is free, and everything is there to tell you how to sign up. And again, there are lovely stitchers at those, and it's just another wonderful way to stay connected and reach out into the community. So that is Across the Pond Stitch and Chat. I have several firsts and some shares that I want to do. So let's get started with those. These are first, and they just make me so happy because you guys are taking the time to let me know this, and then I can share it with all of you, and you can feel, I promise you will, just the warmth from this community in celebrating these things. So Vicki started her first piece on 40 count, and we all know, those of us that have done that is a very exciting moment. Paula, the 502 Stitcher, so she has a FlossTube, and I encourage you to go over and check her out. I will put the information down below. But Paula just started her first piece on 32 count linen, and she was stitching the Valentine's Day Quaker. So not only can I mention it, you can go over and watch her FlossTube and subscribe and share and celebrate this first for her. Kay has ordered her first Teresa Kogut to start, and she has chosen Simple Life, which, as many of you know, was originally a mystery stitch along through Teresa's Patreon, and so it is now out, and so she's going to do her first Teresa Kogut, and as we all know, it most likely will not be her last. So, and then Barbara stitched on her first 22 count. She has come back into stitching after 20 plus years. She wrote that 16 count was really her sweet spot, but she kind of bumped to 20 and then bumped to 22. And so how exciting, because you know those little stitches are so cute and so sweet. And it's always good to know that Ada is out there, you know, in the future if we just can't see the holes in linen. And so I celebrate that. And then finally, Dee did her first mystery sal where she chose all the colors herself. And coming from someone who rarely changes things because I get intimidated by thinking that I'll make the wrong choice, I celebrate her, pushing forward, choosing her own colors. And she was doing this on a 36 count fabric, 1/2. So those are the first. So let's, yay, and send out that warmth and love. And you guys be sure and send those in, and we'll celebrate them on the FlossTube. Now, my shares, I think I have 3 today. Let's see what we've got. No, I just had 2. And the first one is Eleanor Rigby by Stephanie. And what is just joyous about this is that Stephanie has chosen a fall palette of colors to do her Eleanor Rigby. And of course, I'll be showing the picture of that as I talk. And it is just gorgeous. Plus, this falls in line with the hashtag BBD, Magical Mystery Tour Sal, that Peg of Peg Page 123 on Instagram and I are hosting. I am just loving seeing all the beautiful stitching that is coming out of that, as well as Cross Stitch the Globe and Julian Stitches with their hashtag Fab4FanSal. So we have no excuse not to stitch Blackbird Beetle charts. So congratulations on that. And the second one is Candace. And Candace sent me a picture of her finish of Away We Ride, which is on a 40 count millstone. She wrote LKA linen. Is that Lakeside? Is that the name for Lakeside? I tried to look it up and I couldn't find something specific. But anyway, it's a 40 count millstone, and she's using Victoria Clayton silks, as am I on mine. So those are 2 beautiful shares to inspire us in our stitching, and both of them inspire me because, as you know, I am stitching on Eleanor Rigby, and I am doing Away We Ride as well. So those are shares and first for today. I did not have, no. We want to go to shout outs. Okay. So before I do the individual shout outs, I did want to make you all aware that Cross Stitch the Globe, which is Stephanie and Allison. Stephanie is a photographer, and she has been she is a travel photographer. She has been turning her photographs, her travel photographs, into cross-stitch charts. And she has opened her Etsy shop. And first of all, I would encourage you to go watch them. They are sisters, and they're delightful. But the most recent video, Stephanie will talk about the shop, her process in putting those things together. And you will see those pieces that she has stitched, that she has as models. And they're extraordinary. And I know as the shop grows and as she makes more and more charts, for those of you that like to do that type of stitching, which is full coverage, landscapes, they're gorgeous. So Cross Stitch the Globe, her Etsy shop is called Cross Stitch the Globe, and you run all those words together. And so please go, favorite her shop and go take a look at them and see and celebrate the opening of her Etsy shop. So now shout outs, I have 4. And I want to shout out Sarah, who is the Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. Sarah is a nurse, and she has a very calming voice. I wrote in a comment that I would have loved to work with her because I had times in my life when I kind of, went off the charts, I had to do this and had to do that. And it was always good to have someone around me that could just sort of gently bring me back down. And I think Sarah would have filled the bill. She stitches a variety of things. She does do mirabilias. And so that is the Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. And I'll let her explain to you where she got her name. Next is Jim and that's JEM, and I will put all the information down below. She is a lovely stitcher from Kentucky, very accomplished voice, articulate, stitches beautiful projects. I think she was just recently the silver shout out from Pam and Steph on Just Keep Stitching. So I encourage you to go over and take a look at her because I think you will enjoy her FlossTube very much. Next is Laura of Butterfly Stitches. I think it's Laura, Butterfly Stitches and then / Cotton and Clay. And if you recognize Cotton and Clay, she does make, I think they're resin needle minders as well, and she's been doing that. But she has put up her first FlossTube and now is sharing her beautiful stitching with us. And finally, another Sarah, and this is cross_stitch_Sarah. And Sarah is from across the pond. She has a delightful accent, which I love. She stitches on some very beautiful things in a wide variety of things. Again, she was just a natural behind the camera. And so I would encourage you to go and take a look at all of these women for their for jumping out and off the cliff and getting that first one out there because, you know, they tend to get easier as we go. So those are my shout outs. I did not have any new starts, and I'm going to take care of that. I think it was the combination of company and then being out of the house. But I do have so many blackbirds that I want to get on. I have one that I will be starting very soon because it will be another Smalls exchange. I did finish the Smalls exchange for Across the Pond Stitch and Chat, so I will be finishing that up and getting it in the mail to its recipient, and then I will be able to show you guys a picture of that. The one fully finished I have, I am now, I know we're in March, but I finished it in February, is my ornament. So I now have the second ornament for February, and this is a gorgeous chart from, yes, Judy of JVW Designs. I did it according to Vanna's tutorial. As far as putting it together with the mat board, from there I just floundered on my own. I couldn't finish. I just couldn't decide. So I put this ribbon on it with sequins and the little sequin pins, and I've got that to make the hanger. And this is the background fabric. So so that is ornament number 2 for 2024. I'm trying desperately to keep up with this. So, and Judy, thank you so much. Judy gifted me the book of ornaments, and I certainly intend to do more out of that. But I think this one is so sweet. The little delicate stitches. I'm pretty sure I am stitching this on a 37 count Russian tea cake by Legacy. So that is my fully finish. Okay, and I had a previous finish that I think you guys see, and you see it in the intro, but it certainly goes along with the month of March and with Easter coming, and that was this Blackbird Designs. And I'm just realizing as I hold it up that I didn't look up the exact name, so I will put it down below. But I am hoping to make this into a pillow and put enough of the crushed walnut shells to make it firm and kind of a stand-up. But I love this piece. I know I did it on an XJU design, but I don't know the name of the fabric, and I did use all of the called for. So this was a Blackbird design that I finished a couple of years ago, but we're going to get it fully finished, and I will share that with you when I do it. So, okay. So I think, actually, I'm going to glance down here, but I think we're ready to go into the laundry basket of whips. So here we go. I'm trying something new today. I was able to, I think I have, a laundry basket on either side of me. So I'm hoping that will allow a little smoother transition, and you can see both my profiles. Okay, so let's get started. The first one, let's look at my planner first. It doesn't have much because, again, the month changed while I was at the pet sit, but I've decided to go with butterflies. These are actually stickers that I made myself. I cut them out with a punch, and I have it's a little thing that makes stickers, puts the sticky stuff on the back. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a mini set. So this is my stitching so far this month. All right, now the first piece that I'm going to share with you is a blackbird, and that is summer. There's a summer, winter, fall, I believe, and I plan to do them all together on one piece of fabric. I am stitching this on a 36 count Liberty Gathering gray by R&R Reproductions. And this with the called for threads. And let's see what I got done since you've seen it last. Okay, so I did, I think, the E and started the F. I brought the border down. I worked on this greenery down in here, and I actually think I may have done that strawberry since you've seen it last. So that is summer. Every time I see a photograph on Instagram, Facebook of the three of these together, my heart skips a beat. I feel so fortunate to be able to stitch it as well, and I can't wait to get them all done. I love the color in the red in the alphabet. I want to say that's Manor House, but don't quote me. So that is Summer by Blackbird Design. And these they have these other charts. It's just incredible. I mean, there's so much to stitch. Okay. The next piece is a Blackbird Design, and that is Oh Joyous Day. And I can't remember exactly who pulled this out, and I just had to start working on it. But there is a Sal, #JoyousDay. It was started by Bridget, the museum stitcher, and Katie, the novel stitcher, is also doing it. I watched Katherine this morning for Stitching in Costume, and she is also stitching this with, am I going to forget? I probably am. But everybody that hasn't stitched it will probably be stitching it, and it is just glorious. It is such a beautiful chart. I plan to do it and put the initials of my 3 daughters, and that I am stitching it on a 36 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit, and I'm using the Call for overdyed floss. And Roberta Lyle. Roberta Lyle is the other person on the Sable Stitchers that is also working on Oh Joyous Day. So this is where I am. I got a good chunk of the bird completed. I know I got all this greenery done and these letters. I did a little work on the house, but the bird is close. Isn't it just beautiful? So that is Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. And it's one that I just seem to keep being drawn to. So, it's the joy. It is the joy of having these whips, this many, that, I can watch a FlossTube and just get inspired. And for a lot of those things, I can just go pick them up and start stitching. And it's, well, I do feel grateful to be able to do that. So, okay. The next piece is Courage, and that is by Cottage Garden Samplings. I feel like I have worked on this so much, and it's so much stitching, but I love it. I want to complete this and give it to a friend of mine who just had her second mastectomy. I started it to celebrate Pam of Just Keep Stitching, 30 years of as a survivor of breast cancer. And I have spoken with some of you recently, and I know that you are dealing with breast cancer in a family member recently, and so I'm keeping you in my thoughts in my heart. This is stitched on a 36 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit, and I'm using the called for overdyed floss. And I am working on this big flower, so I've gotten around it now twice, and then I continued working on this greenery right here. So as you guys know from looking at the picture, there's still a bit of stitching left to do. But I want to get this done and give to my courageous friend who's dealing with this again. This stays in a project basket that I made myself with a beautiful sampler from Christine of Whilst Iris Naps. And I accidentally, well, I didn't accidentally, I put interfacing on the back, not thinking what that could do as far as making it crooked. But it was saved by the project bag, so, and I love stitching the chart, Christine, so it was beautiful. Okay, and then next we have Dear Mary. Mary's getting close. This is Mary 395, a Bristol sampler by Hands Across the Sea. I'm just like having just this stuff right in here, and she's going to be done. I know I will probably reach a spot where I won't put it down until I'm finished. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I do work on her once a week. She stitched on a 36 count antique ivory Edinburgh, and I'm doing it primarily in Gloriana poinsettia. There's a couple of alphabet sets that have been done in hollyberry. So let's just fold it up to the area where I've been stitching first, and then we can look at it all. So I have completed all of this. I know I came over and did this, and I'm starting a kind of a flowery motif there. I got this done, this done. I think that was, oh, I got the HA done and brought that over. So I will show you now what all that leaves. Okay. So this is, wow, I can't even get back far enough. Okay, but see, it's just that little area right there. Ooh. So not much. I have a lamp right behind me, and so it's very hard for me to move back far enough to show it all. But anyway, that's it. I love her, and I am going to miss her when she's complete. My mind is always constantly flitting around to think about what I will start next time. And then it's another Made by Me project bag where I intentionally put my blessing sampler in this that I finished in January. So that is Mary 395 by Hands Across the Sea. Yeah, I like this setup better. So I think I had, I've made a decision that I wasn't going to show Vince's stocking every time, but now it's starting to look like it has some stuff. So this is going to be his stocking, and it's Woodland Storytime by Cooler Designs. And you can start to see that there's some trees on the side. So I work on this. Oh, I love the way this looks over here. You can see the shading. This is on a 14 count Aida, 2/1. I am using Markup XP, and I do enjoy it very much. So far, my charts have gone in it just fine, and so I'm very happy with it. I know it can be a little finicky, but I know overall it seems like the people that use it just absolutely love it. I do have Pattern Keeper on a Kindle, and I have Pandemic, and that's where I work on Pandemic. But yeah, Markup XP is right now, it's working lovely for me. I used it for the small that I just stitched, that I got as a PDF, and I just put in something that I'll tell you about in a minute. Okay, so now we have Eleanor Rigby. This is by Blackbird Designs, and it's a part of the Magical Mystery Tour Stitch Along and series. I am stitching this on a 40 count Ancient by Picture This Plus using the Call for Floss. And I really love stitching on it. This is, I had a little bit of a hiccup and a start over. So this is what I've done now so far. So you can see I've got 3 of the flowers in. So I think there's only 2 more over there, and then the pie. I mean, there's really not that much left. So I'm finding myself, because of hosting the sale, what I've been trying to do is, I've explained to you guys, I have a stitching session in the morning and in the afternoon. I rarely stitch after 7. That is Stan and I time. So what I've been doing is alternating between this, whatever Smalls Exchange piece I'm working on, and Strawberry Fields. And I will pick them up around 5 o'clock and try to give them a couple of hours every day. So that is Eleanor Rigby on Ancient by Picture This Plus. And it is in the gorgeous bag made by Peg Page 123. I treasure that bag. It was just one of those very spontaneous things that I received, and wow, it's just sometimes you just say those things out loud, and you just I get overwhelmed by how lucky I am. So anyway, okay. The next piece is my focus piece, and that is a plan that I picked up from Karen, the Recovering Monogamous Stitcher. And please go watch her latest FlossTube, because she had a huge finish. I can't say it. It's the Hands Across the Sea. Maria is the red sampler, the big one. Oh, go and celebrate that with her. It is gorgeous. Congratulations, Karen. But anyway, I pick a project and I work 7 days on it until it is complete. And that project now is Beautiful Things by Lindy Designs. Lindy Stitches. And we're getting close on this one as well. So I'm stitching it on a 36 count earthen by Picture This Plus. I'm using the Call for DMC and floss and overdyed floss. And as you can see, now I know last time I had the border brought all the way down here, and now I have worked across on the fence, which is going to just leave the words. So that is Beautiful Things. This is going to be gifted to my oldest daughter, Diane. And I just love it. So getting, 7 days, and we're so early in March, it's possible we could have a finish on that. That would be quite exciting. I never know what is the most exciting, of finishing your focus piece, or the excitement of what you're going to get to put in its place. So anyway, okay, next we have, no surprise, another Blackbird design, and this is Strawberry Fields Forever, which is also in the Magical Mystery Tour series. This will be the second piece that I've started, but the first sort of bigger piece that I am doing on 25 count Lugana 1/1, and I'm stitching that on a piece from Those Missing Stitches. It's called Rugged Rochester, and I'm using the called for overdyed flosses, and there might be some threads, but look how much I've done. It is so teeny tiny. Oh guys, I can't stop stitching on it. I absolutely love it. So, down here is just like maybe this much more. It's the rock fence. I mean, I know I have a lot to do, but oh, it is so sweet. So happy with this. I love the fabric. I don't want to go crazy and just do everything. I mean, 1/1 on 25 count, but I know that this will not be the last piece that I do, because I love it. I found myself, especially while we were over at the pet sit, I mean, every day at 5 o'clock, for the most part, I switched to that, because I'm loving stitching on it. I just love it. It has just enough concentration, because you try to stitch it the Jean Farish way, so that your threads don't go under. So there's just you've got to pay attention. But I actually quite understand the thrill that you guys get when you do your pieces on 46, 50, 56. Because the stitches are just so sweet, and so they've got a purity about them that is, oh, anyway, okay. And then this is, I pulled this out, and it is Simple Life by Teresa Kogut. I was inspired by the first that I shared with you, and someone said that they had purchased it, and so I got mine out and did a day on it. And I am stitching this on a lovely fabric, the 36 count Overcast by Cedar River Designs and Linen and Designs. I'm using the called for DMC and overdyed floss. And let's see what we got done. I think it's going to be better if I fold it like this. So I got the roof. The roof of the house is completed. I don't have my border showing. I took the border down, or at least the bones of the border down. I've started putting in some bricks and mortar. And that is Simple Life. And then I always try to come up and, put some leaves in, or the strawberries or flowers. But it is a beautiful piece. I love this pot of flowers up here. I love those colors. So that is Simple Life by Teresa Kogut. And I do think there is a Simple Life Sal, mystery Sal. I mean, I think there's a hashtag for that. We all know those aren't working so well on Instagram, whatever they messed with. And this is in my beautiful project bag by Anne. I mean, again, how lucky. This is exquisite. I love her colors. The front is the Teresa Kogut fabric, and oh, this gorgeous, look at this. And the back. I mean, thank you, Anne. Next we have, this came about from watching Brenda and Laura on Sunday. They started talking about Tom's Foolery by Hands Across the Sea. So I had to get it out. Pull that up a little bit more. I got this as a PDF, and I'm stitching it on a 36 count Ghostly Shadows. I'm positive that's by XG Design, and I'm using the called for DMC, which is quite a few. And so over the last day or so, I have worked on all of this. So and I'm down to where I'm ready to work on the pot, which is, I'm very excited about. But look at the colors. They're so gorgeous. This one always has reminded me of Thurza Priscilla Dawes by Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World under Hemlock and Riot, one that I have completed. But the use of colors, and it's just jam-packed with design. So that is Tom's Foolery by Hands Across the Sea, inspired by Brenda. I think Brenda and Laura both would like to work on it. And then my final piece is my 2 Threads a Day, and that is Real Comfort by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am doing this on a 36 count platinum. I do love that platinum. It is gorgeous. I'm using the Silks for You in PR123. And this is where I am. So the little town is complete. I only have one more row of words right up here, and then it will go down into the alphabet and numbers. But I love the blue. So that is Real Comfort by Modern Folk Embroidery. 2 Threads a Day. And it lives in my beautiful bag from Sarah of Sew Me Sarah. So those are my whips. So, you know, I laid hands on a lot. I just didn't start a lot, which is what I wanted to do. So, and I did want to finish, I want to fully finish Seasons of the Heart Summer, because I would like to get started on another one from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, which I'm just starting to see pictures that the spring one is coming out. And there was on the cover, another gorgeous chart from Jan Hicks Creates. Anyway, congratulations, Jan. And congratulations to everybody at the Nashville market. I'm getting the idea. It did go well for everyone. We're so lucky to have all this talent of designers, and I can't wait to start seeing those pieces stitched. I thank all of you for telling me what you were interested in for market. and I love the variety of your interests. So there were many. As I said, I am, you know, I am watching what I'm spending. We're going to Stitch North weekend 1, and so there's that, and we're both very excited about that. But I do think it was a wonderful celebration for our wholesale needlework stores and online stores and the designers. So, okay, so my plans. Okay, no, I did buy a couple of things. And the first thing, again, I'm going to blame Brenda. I've been really good about not being enabled. But she showed this chart, and I went to the Etsy, and I'm going to have to run a picture across because I got the PDF, but it doesn't seem like there's a cover photo. I think that the picture that I'm going to show you is the original. It's called The Bird of Paradise. And I'm just like Brenda. Brenda said she saw it, she had to have it, and I guess I did too because I purchased it. And I'm going to put the name of her Etsy shop both in the description box and down below. I know her name is Donata, but she's German, and the name of the shop I would massacre, and I don't like to do that if I don't have to. So I'll put that name down below after I've run the picture by. But Kim Goldman, Contented Stitcher, I know you've probably seen this, but it's right up your alley with birds. So that I did purchase that, and then Chris at For the Love of Stitches is doing some selling of various things that she's sort of curating for us, and I purchased this gorgeous. This is called Fairy Lights. And it's Silks for You, which you obviously know I enjoy. And my plan is I want to stitch this piece, One Kind Word, in the rainbow colors. And I'm thinking it would be a beautiful piece for Eva, my daughter, to have, where she could hang that up with her drama students. So, one kind word can change someone's entire day. I mean, think about that. So this was a design by Beth of Be More Creative. It was to bring, it was to highlight bullying, and I wanted to stitch it in the rainbow color. So I got those. So those were the only two things that I purchased: the chart, the Bird of Paradise, and the beautiful silks. Now, my plan is I hope next time I see you, I have started a couple more blackbirds, and there is also a new stitch along coming up that has been organized by Carmen of Cardamom Pins. If you're not watching her, you should be, because she is she writes the book on a young person and their joy of cross stitch, and not only that, on her beautiful stitching. And she's starting a hashtag Jacob Sleeper Sal. Now, you could probably do any modern folk embroidery piece that you chose. But she had suggested going through his catalog and picking out a chart to do that maybe you don't see done as often. And so a lot of people may have started March 1st. Carmen is starting the 10th, and I'm hoping to start that day with her. And I have chosen a piece that I've had of his for a long time called Think Twice. It is a Quaker, but I haven't seen it done a lot. And I'm going to use, this fabric is a 36 count sheep straw by R&R, and I'm going to put the Gloriana Hollyberry. I think that'll be pretty. So I will be starting this one for sure on the 10th. So that is Think Twice, and that is for hashtag Jacob Sleeper Cell. So I think that that is the plans that I have so far, the definitive plans. I still have, as I said, I have one more small to do for the Smalls Exchange at Stitch North. Putting together, you know, the little things for the table mates. I'm getting very excited about that trip. But that's what we're going to do for next time. So if you liked what you saw, I hope you will subscribe and like and share and ring the bell and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. Again, I just have no words for all of you, and I hope you will keep commenting. I hope you will keep sharing in your projects for me to share. I have said it, and I will continue to say it. People love to see what you're stitching, and they put it in the comments, and so I know it is a part of this FlossTube channel and others that people really, really enjoy. We love to be inspired, and we love to see what everyone's stitching on. I think I've covered everything on the table. I am so glad all of you are in my life, all of you, and I look forward to sharing with many, many, many more of you as time goes by. So I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. Bye. Until we meet again. I love you all.
I got you.